reminiscing about the imports at UCI. One of the car meets that I went to when I first got my FRS was this event called Imports at UC Irvine. And it was a medium-sized event, but there were some cars there that was worth checking out, some vendors and so on. And so, yeah, I did talk to some people, you know, some guy from Stillen, some other guys doing rally, you know, ARC guy and so on. But I'm gonna post those on separate episodes because they, you know, they did say a few things, and I didn't want to overextend this episode, so I'm gonna have those in separate episodes in the future. And this is how it was when we had these types of meets and shows pre-COVID, you know, when times were good and we didn't have to worry about social distancing and stuff like that. And hopefully that all comes back in the future. So I did check out some cars there, and I'm gonna show you some of the variety that they have. Don't hold me to it if I kind of missed a favorite car that you might like. This was just predominantly what I saw, and you know, it was just there's so many things happening that day, and so this is just sort of a general take on the cars and the people that showed up on that event. There was a black GT40 there, which I thought was really nice and cool. Obviously it has that really classic GT40 look in black. The owner seemed really preoccupied with his phone, so I didn't bother talking to him or anything, but I did just took a few shots of his car. It looked really nice. Had that silver stripe that goes down the middle, but you know, it really has that classic look. Probably one of the only Ford cars that I really enjoy. Did see MRS over there, and I just wanted to check it out really quick. It did kind of stand out just because it was yellow, and most of the cars were like, you know, black, white, silver. I do have a yellow MR2. I mean, his yellow, I'm not sure if it's custom or it was a stock yellow for the MRS, but it did look better than stock just because it had the hard top, kit, wheels, exhaust. I think he had some other stuff inside too, but the windows were up, so I couldn't really see. Now, at this meet, for some reason, there were just quite a few Miatas in the parking lot, so I figured, okay, since Miata represent, I might as well, you know, check them out. I think maybe for some reason it was big with university students because they're not really that expensive, and they're fairly easy to fix up. Not sure if that's the reason, but it could be part of it, or maybe they just like the Miatas. Maybe they like the way they look. They're easy to drive, especially around campus. So there were quite a few Miatas that were in attendance. You know, a lot of them were pretty slammed to the ground. So it was probably more of a sort of that slammed look. There were a couple of Miatas that were not slammed, so they were maybe more for function rather than looks. But either way, there was a huge representation of Miatas at that event. Stance cars, there were a few stance cars there also. I didn't really spend that much time looking through those cars, but there were like three or four that I did take a look at. Mainly the RSX that kind of caught my eye because it was white and it was sort of in the middle of all the other cars. It was really low, so I would assume that it's on airbags. I mean, you know, I have an RSX right now that I'm working on, a silver one. So then, of course, there's some other ones there, like the Benzo and the Lexus. I guess they stance those as well, sort of a luxury stance look. And yeah. Beamers, there were a few of those at UCI Meet, but I didn't really, there wasn't that many that was really fixed up, aside from the white M3 that you see here. It's really more about the guys just hanging out in the back and just chilling, you know, probably having a good time. And of course, what would be a car meet, especially at a university, without any car shenanigans, right? And this is just a little bit of, you know, what happened, what transpired. Didn't want to overdo it and didn't want to focus so much on that stuff, but I just wanted to show so that I give you guys a good, a realistic representation of what's happened at that event. And so, you know, just a little bit of shenanigans, no big deal. Just, you know, a few the students just having a good time posing in front of the cars and doing what they do, if you will.
I like how I'm fully focusing on like their foot.
You want to wear them?
No!
Do it! It's your podcast.
One of the best things about this event, this car event, was they actually had free pizza for everybody. So that's a good thing. A lot of these car meets, car shows, meet and greet, cars and coffee and so on, you gotta bring your own stuff, man. You gotta buy your own coffee, you gotta bring your own drinks, bring your own snacks, whatever, you know. But here, you actually get free pizza, so that's good. They actually feed you while you get to check out the cars, mingle with people, and just have a good time.
Let's make things go a little quicker. Let's first start with 3 K&N t-shirts. We're gonna pull 3 tickets, and those winners will get 1 shirt each.
I want a shirt, thank you.
Well, you're gonna lose the ticket. You might as well get something out of it.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'll call you next one. I'll take it.
All right, going once.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, Remy!
What? That one gets a good ticket.
You get a t-shirt. Any winners? Raise your hand.
Wait, what number?
Oh, we got one back there.
728? Hold
We got one over here.
Eternal president.
Wait, what's the number?
728
I won again.
77.
Yeah. UCR.
UCR representing today.
So there was also a raffle that was going on at the event, and that was also a good way to have fun, I guess, and especially if you won something. But they weren't really giving out big ticket items. It was really just mostly T-shirts and stuff. But once in a while, you know, maybe some of the people got lucky and they got like a free K&N filter and stuff like that. But yeah, so there was a raffle show as well. So again, this was a time when I just started to fix up my FRS. You know, I just got my roll cage installed, and I was excited. I had the tow hooks powder coated gold as well, you know, to match my roll cage and my wheels. So I was just starting to think about some of the things that I was gonna add and, you know, modify on my car, and just getting ready for all that. So this was a time frame. This was a time frame when I was just getting started with the FRS. One of the JDM cars that topped my list at that event was obviously the black Supras, especially the Turbo Supra, the 2JZ Turbo, which was cool seeing it in black. Had that classic black color with the bronze Volks. So it was a good contrast, you know. You obviously modified the engine, as you could see, and it was nice. It wasn't slammed or anything. It was lowered, but it wasn't slammed, so it had just that really nice classic look to it.
License plate frame. And our last license.
So that is pretty much it for that event, you know. Nice variety of cars, mostly JDMs, maybe one or two muscle cars. It kind of reminds me of how it was having these car meets, car shows pre-COVID, you know, before all the quarantine and social distancing and so on. You'd kind of miss it, you know. You kind of take this for granted, but you know, I kind of miss it. And yeah, maybe one day when we all get vaccinated, it'll go back to normal. But till then, you know, we'll just watch these old videos and just reminisce about how it was with these car meets.